Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day. Okay, we proceed to chapter 3 for MGT 345, that is sustainability. So you can find this in chapter 4 in the textbook. Okay, for this chapter, these are the learning outcomes. So at the end of this chapter, you should be able to first understand the basic concept of corporate social responsibility and sustainability. Second, to describe corporate social responsibility, or we call it as CSR, and describe sustainability. Next, describe the goals of sustainability, and the last one is explain the design and production for sustainability. Now let's see what is corporate social responsibility and sustainability briefly, okay, before we go into the definition. Okay, because of the companies or organizations, they produce people and services. Their products and services definitely affect the people and environment. So because of that, the company or these organizations must put more concern over the corporate governance and business ethics, meaning that whatever they do, these organizations, they have to be ethical. They have to conduct ethical behavior in their operations. So corporate social responsibility has become an important agenda for companies to enhance customers and public confidence. So CSR is normally is actually the activities or actions taken by the government in order to gain the confidence and trust from the public, from the customers. Okay, and to increase the recognition of the increased recognition of climate change has made environmental sustainability an important issue. So this is about the sustainability, where the organization has to also emphasize on the sustainability in order to succeed. Okay, let's see what is the definition for corporate social responsibility, or CSR. Okay, most organizations now are involved in CSR. Same goes to UITM. So let's see what is actually meant by the CSR. So it is a balanced approach for organizations to address the economic, social, and environmental issues in a way that aims to benefit people, communities, and society. Okay, so corporate social responsibility, or CSR, is actually the approach or the actions done or taken by the taken by the organization by focusing and emphasizing the benefits to give to the economic, social, and environment. Okay, and whatever these organizations do or act, they must make sure that they give benefit to people, communities, and society. Okay, people here also covers the workers as well. Okay, so apa saja yang organisation buat sekarang, dia tak boleh mementingkan organisation sahaja, that is to get the profit, but whatever they do, they have to think of the impact to the community, society, and people as well. So that's why many companies now are doing CSR, where they go and approach the community and organize seminars, helping the communities and the society. That is part of their CSR. Okay, maksudnya dia tak selfish lah. Okay, what they do, they must make sure that the society, the communities, and people also get the benefit. So, in order to conduct CSR, the organization must consider all these elements in order to make decisions. Okay, so these are the elements to make decisions in their operations. For these organizations, they have to consider this. Okay, the organizations have to consider the rights of the human. Okay, maksudnya dia hak manusia tu dipenuhi dahulu sebelum organisation make decisions to continue their operation. Okay, the organisation must also consider the issues that they can create to the employees and also the workplace if they want to act something. Okay, organisation has also to consider the actions that they are about to take. Is it unfair or fair or not? Okay, is their business practice fair or unfair, adil ataupun tak adil. Adakah dia menekan pekerja dia, adakah dia memberi kesan buruk kepada komuniti and what not. Okay, so those are some of the considerations to be focused on by the organization, to be emphasized by the organizations before the organization make decisions with regards to their business operation. Okay, maksudnya dia kena fikirkan other parties first before they make decision, especially the people, the communities and the society. Okay, so why CSR is very important? It is because the stakeholders are more concerned about the environmental, social and ethical issues. So who are the stakeholders? Stakeholders are the parties who get the benefit from the organization, who have interest in the organization. So workers, customers and society, they are called as, or they are regarded as the stakeholders of an organization. So the stakeholders now, they are more concerned about the environmental issues, whether there is pollution or not, social issues, whether the company can give benefit to the society, such as job opportunity, whether the company can upgrade the social status of the society or not. Okay, so those are the most concern of the stakeholders, who are the workers, customers and society. So because of that, the organization really need to conduct the corporate social responsibility to address these issues. Okay, so to consider the implications of their products on end users and the environment, starting from the design stage to post-purchase behavior or disposal. So in order to conduct social responsibility, the organization must consider the implication of their products, okay, on end users. End users here are the customers lah. So before the company produce their product or create their new product, what the company has to consider, as I mentioned in the previous slide, they have to consider what are the impacts of their products on the customers. Are their products giving good impact or bad impact? Okay, as well as on the environment. So make sure that whatever the company is doing in producing their product or their operation is not harming the customers as well as the environment. Okay, as well as for example, the pollution ataupun pollution can come from the water and air or noise pollution. That is actually not a good practice lah. So the company is not doing CSR in that sense. Okay, so because of that, the company must do what is right and do it properly, that will benefit the stakeholders and also enhance the image of the company. Okay, by doing CSR or corporate social responsibility, that is taking action to give benefits to the customers or the stakeholders here, it can boost the image of the company. Okay, why? Because customers trust the company. Customers think that the company is reliable or good company because the company considers the well-being of the customers as well as the environment. Okay, so image of the company is very important. Okay, because it can gain trust of the customers. So poor CSR will tarnish the image of a company and its brand, definitely. Okay, company doing poor CSR, meaning that the company is not really focusing on the impact of their product on the society or the stakeholders lah. Okay, so definitely companies or customers will have bad perception towards the company. Customers will run away from the company, and the brand of the company will be will get bad image lah. The company will get bad image, and there is no brand loyalty gain from the customers. Customers do not trust the company. So what we can say about CSR is that CSR is not only a way to do well, but also show a company's effort to give benefits to the stakeholders. So CSR ni bukanlah satu cara untuk nak menunjukkan company itu beroperasi dengan bagus, dapat keuntungan. But CSR is also for the company to do well, that is to gain profit, but at the same time sharing the benefits to the communities, to the stakeholders. Okay, so what are the elements of CSR? By doing CSR, the environment can be protected. We call it as environmental protection, focusing on environmental protection. CSR is also focusing on social equity. Social equity here means a balanced treatment to the people, okay, especially the workers. Workers get fair treatment from the organization. Workers are paid with fair wages, that is social equity. Workers are promoted fairly, that is social equity, as well as economic growth. Economic growth is where the company can gain profit, at the same time sharing the benefit to the society. Okay, organization paying tax. Tax is used to develop a country, so that is called as economic growth. Dengan adanya tax payment from the company, that is considered as CSR because it helps the nation, it helps the country to grow, okay, economically. So what are the impacts of a good CSR? Okay, it can reduce risk of court action. Okay, akan kurangnya risiko tindakan mahkamah. Okay, there will be less complaints from the stakeholders. There will be less complaints from the workers on unfair treatment. There will be less complaints on the from the society on the pollution or environmental impact on the customers or on the society. Good CSR also can create brand awareness. Customers and society will be aware of the brand of the company because of the company has displayed good image to the society. It can also gain customers' trust and loyalty because of customers perceive that the company is good and aware about the brand of the company. Definitely customers trust and loyal to the company's brand. And the company is able to retain talented employees. Why? Because of the company is practicing fair practices or fair treatment to the employees. Employees will stay in the organization, so organization is able to retain these employees. And it can also make customers feel proud using the company's brand. Customer akan rasa bangga menggunakan brand of the company because of the company is a good company taking care of the stakeholders and society. Okay, now we go to sustainability. Let's look at the definition. What is the nature of sustainability? Okay, sustainability is actually a part of corporate social responsibility. Okay, so corporate social responsibility ni adalah payung, and sustainability is under corporate social responsibility because of corporate social responsibility has a wider focus and sustainability has a bit narrow focus. Okay, so the definition given here is meeting the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. So in other words, sustainability here means whatever the company is doing right now, it is to make sure that the future generation is not jeopardized. The future of the next generation is not jeopardized. Maksudnya apa yang company buat sekarang ni, dia kena pastikan ada kelestarian. Kelestarian ni maksudnya continuation. So, apa saja tindakan yang company ambil dalam operasi dia, dalam nak mengeluarkan produk, the company must make sure that the company is not compromising. Compromising ni maksudnya tidak mengabaikan masa depan, people, planet and the economy in future. So whatever done now can still be used in future. Okay, so the goal is to provide long-term value for stakeholders without compromising people, planet or the economy. So sustainability is focusing on the people, on the planet and also on the economy. Okay, another explanation for sustainability is creating and maintaining the environment under which humans and nature can exist in productive harmony to support present and future generation. Okay. So the organization to implement sustainability, the organization must create and maintain the environment in which humans and nature, okay, humans ni maksudnya people lah, people and nature can exist in productive harmony. Humans are not affected, nature is also not affected, okay, and it is for the future generation. Okay, kelestarian lah, kelestarian maksudnya benda tu boleh dipakai berterusan. Okay, people appreciate and support companies that focus heavily on the aspect of environmental protection in their operation. So sustainability is focusing on the environmental protection that is on the planet lah. Okay, as what we can see in the goal of the sustainability just now. Okay, the goal is to provide long-term value on the people, planet, and the economy. So planet here, that is the environment. So whatever the company is doing, make sure that the environment is protected. So what is environmental sustainability? It is the company generating profits while helping to save the planet. Okay, what we can see nowadays, a lot of companies, they are now protecting the planet. Whatever they do in their operations, especially in the production of their products, they are trying to protect the environment, trying to protect the planet. So that's why we can see there are a lot of usage of recycle materials, reuse the products, and so on. So that is to protect the environment, that is not to create a lot of wastage. So what will happen if the company is creating or is practicing a bad sustainability record? It will damage the good name of the company in the market, adversely affect the company's standing in the eyes of the public. Definitely, same as CSR, bad sustainability will tarnish the image of the company. Okay, now we move on to the concepts of sustainability. Okay, in order to practice sustainability, the manager must consider these concepts. Okay, because why? These concepts help managers to make decisions with regards to their operations, with regards to the production of products. So sustainability concept consists of 3 elements. The first one is system view, second is common, the third one is triple bottom line. So let's see what is meant by each one of these, each and every one of these concepts. Okay, the first concept of sustainability is system view. So this is number 1, first concept. So what is meant by system view? Okay, before creating a product, managers must look at the process involved from the product life cycle point of view, starting from design to disposal of the said product, including all the resources required. So system view, what we can say, it is the process. So in order for the manager, especially the operations manager, to make a decision in their organization to produce the product, the manager must look at the process involved first. So the process here is like a cycle, okay? The starting point up to the ending point over here. So this is called as a system. Okay, so that's why it is said over here, it is stated over here from the product life cycle point of view, starting from the design of the product to the disposal. Disposal ni maksudnya buang lah sampai produk tu tak nak digunakan. So the manager has looked at the whole process from the inputs to be used in order to produce the product until the products are sold to the customers and until the products are not going to be used by the customers anymore. So the whole thing from the inputs just now to the disposal. Disposal ni pembuangan produk tadi as a whole. Manager ni kena tengok ada tak impact daripada starting point to the ending point of the product. So that is what we call as a system. Daripada pandangan sistem. Sistem ni merujuk kepada the cycle lah. Okay, so products and services are a small part of the social, economic, and environmental system, and there is a relationship between this subsystem. So maksudnya social, economic, and environmental, they are interrelated and they are called as systems. And the relationship between these 3 items, okay, social, economic, and environmental, they are called as the relationship between the subsystems. Okay, so changes in one subsystem will affect the other subsystem. So dia perubahan dalam satu sistem akan mempengaruhi sistem yang lain. In other words, or another explanation for this point is that if there is a change in social system, social means the people, it will affect the economic and it will also affect the environment. Or it happens the opposite way. The change in environment, perubahan dalam environment akan mempengaruhi sosial, akan mempengaruhi manusia, and in the end it will affect the economic situation. So that is called as changes in one subsystem will affect the other subsystem. So this is called as a cycle as well, ataupun a system. Okay, sistem dalam hidup kita lah, satu perubahan berlaku akan mempengaruhi kita punya sistem hidup yang lain. Okay. So understanding the system will allow more informed judgment regarding the sustainability, meaning that when the manager or the operations manager understand the system and the relationship between the subsystem, then the manager will make a clear judgment or a clear decision with regards to their business operation in order to achieve sustainability. Okay, I give you a clear example over here, the relationship between the subsystem. Okay, about this part. Okay, for example, okay, dumping toxin into the river. This refers to the environmental system. Environment. What happened to the environment? If the company is not considering or practicing sustainability, the company will dump toxin into the river. So what will happen to the other system? It will pollute the air. So air pollution will happen. So this also affect another environment. Okay, dumping toxin that comes from the environment will give an impact to the environment as well, because it will create air pollution. So when there is air pollution, okay, we breathe in and out, we breathe in the air, it will affect our health. So the air pollution just now, it will give an impact to the health of the population. So now it affects the social system. Okay, because it refers to, it gives an impact to the population. So population now is actually the social system. Okay, and when okay, what will happen next? Is there any other impact of the toxin tadi into the river? Okay, it will also give an impact to the economic system, where people who depends on the river will lose their source of water and food. Okay, dumping toxin into the river. Ini adalah environmental problem that comes from the company producing the product. Company produce the product, they dump the toxin into the river. It gives environmental impact. Then it will give further impact to the environment, where it will create air pollution. Air pollution will cause health problem to the population. At the same time, those who are depending on river as a source of water and food will be affected. That is what we call as economic system. See, each and every item in the system, social, economic, and environmental, they are interrelated with one another. One change in the part of the system will definitely affect other system. So system is like a cycle. One thing change in this system, it will affect another system. Okay, concept number 2 in sustainability. Okay, sustainability concept, common. Common here means something that has no owner. Okay, something that belongs to the public. For example, air and water. Air and water ni tak ada tuan punya dia. Okay, melainkan yang maha kaya, yang pembuat dia. Okay, so with regards to business operation in this world, we call that as common. Common means there is no owner of air and also water. So because of there is no owner, and because it belongs to the public, everybody can use it without having to inform to the owner, because no owner. So many parties have abused these resources. So these are the resources. Sumber-sumber yang ada ni telah disalahgunakan sebab tak ada owner, tak ada tuan punya. Okay, so that is not good lah. So in order to implement sustainability, what can be done is make common resources private property. So apa yang boleh dilakukan untuk mengelakkan masalah kepada resources tadi, air and water. So the company should there will be one initiative has to be done by the government, that is to make that resources as the private property. So that's why now we see that water is owned by some private organization, not some organizations. So there is an owner for the water resources. Same goes to the air. So jadikan dia private property. So allocate the rights to common resources to specific parties. So jadikan specific party tu sebagai pemegang ataupun pemegang hak, maksudnya owner lah, and also establish regulation. So jadikan ataupun wujudkan undang-undang tertentu ke atas penggunaan the resources such as air and water. Maksudnya kerajaan lah kena wujudkan how to consume water, what kind of standard of water should be consumed and so on. Okay, so in that, by understanding the concept of common, it will make people appreciate these common resources and ensure that these resources are always preserved and maintained. So dengan adanya solution yang dibuat oleh government ni, so these resources will be preserved. Preserve ni dipelihara lah, okay, terpelihara. So dia akan ada sustainability of the resources over here. So the resources can be used continuously from this generation to the future generation. So whatever we are doing right now, we must make sure that the future generation has an equal chance to consume the resources that we are using now. So that is sustainability. Okay, and concept number 3 for sustainability is triple bottom line. So sustainability requires operating systems to support the triple bottom line, or we call it as 3 Ps. First is people. People is also called as social sustainability. Planet, also called as environmental sustainability, and profit, economic sustainability. So sustainability must address the 3 Ps, people, planet, and profit, which is called as the triple bottom line. So these are the 3 concepts of sustainability. So next slide, we are going to focus on this triple bottom line, the people, planet, and profit. Okay, the first element in the triple bottom line, the first P is people. Okay, so decisions made by the organization affect people. Whatever decision regarding the business operation, output production, definitely it affects people. Okay, so who are people? Okay, that is the first triple bottom line. People include employees, customers, and communities within the operational area of the organisation. Pekerja yang bekerja dalam organisation tersebut, customers who buy the organization's product, as well as the communities. Communities ni masyarakat di sekitar tu lah, where the operational area of the organisation. Let's say the factory is in Merbuk, so people living in that area, we call that as community. Okay. So sustainability requires the organization to emphasize and focus on people before they start doing their operation, that is to produce their product. Okay, organization must ensure that people's health and wellness are strongly protected in all business activities. Okay, apa saja business activity, especially in producing the product, the organization must make sure that the employees, the customers, and the community's health are protected. Their business activities cannot harm the health of these people. Okay. Kebanyakan company dulu, they did not care about the health of the people. They did not care about the employees' health, customers' health, and community's health. Companies pursuing sustainability or emphasizing sustainability now, they are concerned more on people's health now. That's why whatever they do with regards to their output production, they think about these people's conditions first. Okay, so all business decisions must consider people's interests. For example, they must make sure that the raw materials that they use to produce their product are safe for workers. Okay, don't purchase raw materials that can harm the workers or the safety of the workers or the health of the workers. The production process is not giving any danger to the workers. Okay, production process yang telah ditetapkan, how to produce the shirt, the shoes, the car and so on, it is not harming and is not giving danger to the workers. Production process mestilah selamat, tidak membahayakan pekerja. And employees are provided with safety equipment. Employee ini diberikan uniform yang tertentu. If the production process or if the business activity or the workers are required to work in a very dangerous situation, they must be provided with safety equipment. Okay, kena ada topi keselamatan, baju keselamatan, boots keselamatan. And why? Because of the goal is to protect the health and safety of the people tadi. So in these examples, they are more on the workers. Okay, organization must also consider and emphasize on the health and safety of the communities as well, and also the customers. Make sure the product they produce are not harming the customer. So that is the first triple bottom line, that is to focus on the people. Okay, the next element in the triple bottom line, the next P or the second P is planet. Okay, what is planet? Planet is called as environmental sustainability, meaning that the organization must emphasize and focus on the environment. Make sure that environment is not jeopardized. Environment is protected. So reduce the environmental impact of the operation. So the business activities conducted by the organization to produce their product, the organization must make sure that environment is protected. Try to reduce the impact of the business operations or business activities on the environment. So in other words, reduce the pollutions. Okay, so there were a lot of pollutions caused by companies last time. But now, because of this sustainability concept, organizations are more going or pursuing sustainability concept. So these organizations are trying to protect the environment. So that's why a lot of companies now trying to reduce the business operations on the environmental impact. The conservation of scarce resources and the reduction of negative impacts on the environment. Okay, organization must conserve the scarce resources. Conserve ni like memelihara, protect lah. Scarce resources yang tak cukup, such as water and air water lah especially. Okay, try to conserve ni pelihara, and try to reduce the negative effects of the environment. So operational activities must be environmental friendly. So the examples of friendly environmental friendly business operations or operational activities include the use of raw materials that have no impact on workers or customers. Organisation menggunakan raw material yang tidak memberi kesan yang buruk kepada customers dia. You see, companies producing plastic bottles, they use BPA-free raw materials. That is to protect the customers and also the workers who are producing the product, the customers who are consuming the product. Okay, and the companies now, they are using recycle and reuse materials. That is to protect the environment, to reduce waste. Okay, untuk mengurangkan waste ni bahan pembuangan yang banyak. Okay, so dia akan merosakkan environment. And minimizing the use of diminishing raw material. Cuba kurangkan penggunaan raw material yang semakin berkurangan, yang semakin tak ada, yang semakin pupus. Okay, so the organisation should come up with alternative raw material to replace the diminishing raw material. Cuba cari options kepada raw material yang dengan tidak menggunakan raw material yang semakin pupus. Okay, raw material yang menggunakan pokok. Okay, kena tebang pokok. So pokok dah semakin pupus, hutan dah semakin pupus. So organizations should try to come up with options or alternatives to find raw materials that can replace trees. Instead of using trees, try to come up with other options so that environment is protected. And also reduce the energy consumption. energy consumption ni akan membuatkan, let's say macam ozone layer akan jadi nipis and so on. So organizations must try to reduce this consumption to protect our environment, to protect our planet. Okay, banyak kesan je yang mana penggunaan tenaga tadi akan merosakkan ozone layer and it gives the bad impact to the people living on the planet. Okay, organization must do this for sustainability to protect future generation. And the last triple bottom line is the last P, that is profit. Profit keuntungan. Okay, social and environmental sustainability are closely related to economic sustainability. So ini yang kita panggil sistem tadi social, economic and environmental and economic, these are called as the subsystem. Okay, so they are integrated with one another. So what is meant by economic sustainability? It means how companies can survive in the market, that is to make profit lah. Okay, to survive the companies must make profit. Okay, so how to measure the business success? It is not measured by making profit only or from profit view of point of view only. So business ni kita nak tengok dia punya sukses ataupun tak, dia macam mana kita nak ukur dia, macam mana kita nak measure dia. It is not just from the profit point of view sahaja. Okay, people or we can view the success of the business or the organization from the risk profile of the company. Risk profile here meaning that is the company giving risk to the people around them or not. Okay, intellectual property, employees morale, semangat employees to feelings of the employees, are they happy or not, and also the public perception of the company and its product. What is the perception of the people towards the company and their products? Okay, so that is how to measure the success of an organization, not just from the profit sahaja. So organization need to incorporate social accounting element in the company's accounting system to support economic sustainability. So organization ni, in order for them to be success or to succeed, they have to incorporate the social accounting element in their accounting system. Okay, accounting system ni, that is a system to measure profit. Okay, so dalam nak measure profit ni, tak boleh tengok dari segi duit sahaja. Profit ni can measure the success, right? Success. But the accounting system must also have the social accounting. Social accounting here means focus on the people as well. Okay, for example of the social accounting is the human resource development, develop the human resource, employment opportunity, contribution to society, taxes to the government. Okay, to measure the success of the organization, in order for the organization to survive, organization must do this. Develop the human resource, maksudnya bagi training kepada pekerja dia. Okay, dengan bagi training, pekerja dia akan berkemahiran tinggi. In the end, it can contribute to the success of the organization. Then the organization can survive. Give employment opportunity to the people around the company, to the society lah, or to the communities. Okay, by giving employment opportunity for the community to work in the organization, it can boost the profit of the organization because of qualified people work in the organization. Contribute to the society. Try to help the society if employees or the society is very poor, and also the organization must pay taxes to their government. By paying taxes, then it shows that the organization or the organization is making profit, and the tax will go to the government to help the government to develop. Okay, the organization returns some of its profits to the community and national development. So that is what we call as profit element in the triple bottom line. So in other words, organization ni aim dia nak buat profit. So profit dia tu bukan hanya dari segi wang ringgit, tapi profit dia tu digunakan untuk kebajikan orang di sekeliling dia. Okay, kebajikan pekerja dia, develop pekerja dia bagi training, kebajikan masyarakat setempat, offer job employment kepada masyarakat setempat, at the same time bayar tax kepada government, so that government ni akan jadi government yang meningkatlah development. Okay, so organisation ni dah bagi profit dia, share profit dia kepada pihak-pihak di sekeliling dia. So that is the last triple bottom line. Okay, what are the goals of sustainability? There are so many goals of sustainability listed here. So you can just glance through what are the goals, some of the goals. Sustainability is to end poverty, kemiskinan untuk menghentikan kemiskinan dalam negara. To end hunger and achieve food security untuk menghentikan kebuluran dalam sesebuah negara. To ensure healthy lives untuk memastikan masyarakat ataupun people living in the country is healthy, and to ensure that everybody get an equal quality education and so on, and gender equality. So there are so many sustainability goals and goals of sustainability. So companies pursuing ataupun implementing sustainability, they are trying to achieve all these goals. Okay, some companies, they want to provide education, quality education. Some companies, they want to end poverty. Some companies, they want to end hunger. Some companies are fighting for gender equality and all. So there are so many. So these are some more goals of sustainability. Okay, to reduce inequality within and among countries, to make sure that cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, and so on. Okay, and these are some goals of sustainability. Okay, I provided you here with a diagram or figure on the sustainability strategy of Petronas. You see, Petronas has 3 aims of their business sustainability. First is to sustain their business. Second is to use their resources efficiently. And the last one is to for their social responsibility. Yeah. Dia punya sustainability strategy ni, first memfokuskan kepada business dia. Second is to focus on the resources, that is natural resources. The third one is to social responsibility to for their workforce and also the society. Okay, you can go through the website of companies, or many big companies or large companies, they have their sustainability strategies. Okay, now the last part for this chapter is design and production for sustainability. So this part or this slide here is talking about what should be done from the design stage of the product until the end of product life. Okay, product life cycle assessment evaluates the impact of a product on the environment, starting from the design stage up to the end of product life. So this part here is talking about what should be done by the organization from the design stage to the ending stage of the product life cycle in order to pursue or to emphasize on sustainability. So the focus on the concept of, so in order to do this, okay, starting from the design stage to the ending life of the product, the company should focus on the 3 R's, which we call as reduce, reuse, and recycle. So we will look into each and every one element of the design and production for sustainability as in the next slide. Okay, the first stage in producing the product is product design, to design a product. So what should be done at this stage, product design stage, in order to emphasize on sustainability? So what should the organization do? Okay, design decisions will affect the types of raw material used, quality, material cost, production process, packaging, and logistics system. So what should be done by the organization at the design stage of the product is to use the 3R concept: reduce, reuse, and recycle. So reduce the wastage of resources and also reduce the cost to suppliers, logistics system, and consumers. So the first thing that the organization should do in order to pursue ataupun emphasize on sustainability at the design stage is to reduce the wastage of resources. Kurangkan pembaziran resources, especially the natural resources such as water, air, and so on. Okay, and also reduce the cost to suppliers. Kurangkan kos kepada supplier. Okay, jangan banyakkan tinggikan kos, and cost logistic, that is transportation lah, and reduce cost to consumers as well when they come and purchase the product. The next R is reuse and also recycle. Okay. Design product that use recyclables or used material. So the company now should use recycled products to design their new product. Okay. Kebanyakan sekarang produk yang dikeluarkan menggunakan recyclable items. Okay. You can search yourself what are the examples of products that are using recycled materials to produce their products and used products. So design products that can be reused and recycled at the end of their product life. So same goes to the company. With regards to their raw material, they are encouraged to use recycle and reuse material ataupun used material. So when they produce their product, their finished products are expected to be reused and recycled as well. So bila mana dia menggunakan raw material nak produce produk dia, company ni, dia digalakkan menggunakan bahan mentah yang terpakai dan boleh dikitar semula. So bila produk dia dah siap, diharap ataupun di-encourage juga company ni keluarkan produk yang boleh di-recycle at the end and also reuse. So that is about the product design stage to emphasize on the sustainability. Okay, the next stage in producing the product involves production process. So how to emphasize on sustainability in the production process? That is production process that reduce the use of energy and water and environmental contamination. Contamination ni it is like pollution lah. So production process mestilah proses yang boleh mengurangkan penggunaan tenaga elektrik, tenaga kimia and so on. Reduce the use of water and reduce the pollution. Okay. So proses ni mestilah mengurangkan especially the pollution. So kilang-kilang ni when they produce their products, make sure that they do not pollute ataupun they don't emit ataupun they discharge certain types of chemicals to the air. They have to reduce that. So that is what we call as they are emphasizing on sustainability because of communities and planet will be protected by doing that. Okay. So production process, it is encouraged as well, production process which can reduce the production cost and environmental impact as I said earlier. Okay, proses yang mengurangkan kos adalah proses yang bagus, proses yang mengurangkan kesan kepada environment. That is in an easy word to say, reduce the pollution. Okay, especially kilang yang melepaskan bahan kimia. Dia sangat membahayakan society and also the planet. So less energy used, less waste, less pollution. So this is the second stage of the producing the product. Okay, the next stage that the organization should consider in pursuing or emphasizing sustainability is logistic. Logistic here means transportation lah. Okay, transportation system. Efficient logistic management can reduce transportation and inventory cost. So dengan logistik yang management yang baik dalam organisation tu, dia akan mengurangkan pengangkutan. Mengurangkan pengangkutan, dia akan mengurangkan kos. Maksudnya try to use less transportation to ship the products, the finished products to the suppliers, to the distributors and to the end customers. And with the help of effective logistic management as well, can reduce inventory cost. Inventory cost here means cost of having stocks at the organization. So dengan adanya sistem pengangkutan yang bagus, bahan-bahan ni, barang-barang yang dah siap ni dapat di-ship kepada pihak yang tertentu, and in the end the organizations they don't have to keep a lot of stocks, which akan menaikkan cost. Okay, so organizations are encouraged to use technology to improve supply chain efficiency and delivery system. So organizations must use technology in order to improve supply chain. Supply chain here means the relationship between the suppliers, distributors, retailers, wholesalers. So they are the supply chain. Tingkatkan hubungan antara supply chain ni tadi. Okay, wholesalers, retailers, distributors. Siapa lagi? Stockists. Those are the supply chain. So with that, transportation can be very easy and it will reduce cost. The delivery system will be very easy. And organization is encouraged to evaluate the shipping system as well and select the best shipping modes, how to ship the products. Is it by air? Is it by water? And so on. Okay, so that is about logistic. And the last one, the end of life. So sustainability also considers the end of life of the product. Daripada tadi design, production process, how to ship to the customers and the supply chain, and what will happen to the product at its end of life. So the organization must evaluate what will happen at the end of the life stage of the product. Okay, so what the organization should do is to use reverse logistic. It is the process of physically returning products to the supply chain for resale, repair, reuse, remanufacturing, recycling or disposal. So ini adalah satu kaedah sustainability yang sangat bagus di mana products that are not going to be used anymore or cannot be used anymore, they should be transported back to the organizations. So they have to follow the sequence lah. Customers resell to the distributor or stockist. Distributor will resell to the retailer. Retailer will resell to the wholesalers, and wholesalers will resell to the organization producing the product, so that that product can be recycled and reused and remanufactured. So maksudnya benda tu takkan terbuang lah. Itulah yang kita panggil sustainability. Dia akan dapat digunakan dengan masa yang panjang dan tidak akan terbuang begitu sahaja dan tidak membahayakan manusia, tidak membahayakan environment. And that's all for this chapter.